subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. I am outside in California, and it's funny because it's been cloudy every day I've been here. I think, as my daughter said, you brought the rainy weather with you. I actually felt a sprinkle of rain out here. This is crazy. Um, and it's kind of chilly. What's up, Calvin? How you doing, man? You see, I'm wearing one of my Power 4 shirts. Sheila, how you doing? Monday night, we're going to do the drawing. We have, I think, about 50 people who have donated to Dak Prescott. Thank everybody who has done that. Stephanie, I'm mad at you. I can't believe you're seeing other YouTubers behind my back. Things are kind of chilly here, Joseph. I'm actually up here. This is actually really cool because this is like an outdoor. I wish I had this at my house. Okay, this is an outdoor kitchen that they have here. Look, nice grill. They got the sink. They got plenty of counter space and stuff. We're outside on top of a building. It is actually really, really cool. So I got some corn on the cob that I'm gonna do, and then some hamburger and a chill and some pineapple. So yeah, we're gonna have some pineapple. Gerald McCoy, maybe. Well, I would love to see Gerald McCoy if we can get him for the right price. But here's the thing now. We've got the Cowboys have been focusing on bringing in as much test, focusing on the draft. We've had our 30 visits and stuff today, and I believe today was actually the Cowboys workout day for local high school and collegiate players. No wings. I don't have my deep fryer here. I don't think they'd appreciate me having a deep fryer on the roof of the building. Do I know of any irrigation or landscaping contractors? Not really. I pretty much do everything myself. And if I don't know how to do it, well, I can figure out how to do it. That's the kind of guy I am. There's many a time I've taken a job and said, "Oh yeah, I know how to do that." Oh shit, I don't know how to do that. But I learned. Everything that I do, I pretty much just self-taught. So no, I don't know any landscape contractors. But Gerald McCoy is going to be an interesting situation. Right now, we only have $6 million of cap room. So that's part of a problem that we have. Now, DeMarcus Lawrence is literally a linchpin. Mark, heard of Ewing? Ewing who? Yeah, it is literally, honey, it is literally beginning to rain.
I need to go get my computer off the balcony.
Yeah, can you get mine off the balcony down there too? Because mine's outside, or I think maybe I brought it in. Good evening, how's everybody doing? I'm here doing some cooking. Actually, here doing some cooking outside in California in the rain. Go figure. It's going to be hard. Well, it's going to be hard to leave my daughter. That I will say, because I don't get enough time with her. And here's the thing that's difficult, you know. It's difficult because I'm old. It's difficult because when me and their mother broke up, Kayla was only 3 years old. Weekend, my ex-wife would get the kids. So for me, it was an everyday grind and watching them grow. I don't know how she became AK doll, YouTube sensation and things like that, because I got to be here. I suck, and you can tell I can't even do my own hair. And either her hair would look great or it would look like crap. And some days it would be just like, I just feel bad for her going to school like that. Her hair was just that bad, and I know that they're going to be like the kid, like, look at her hair. But I did the best I could. But watching them grow on a daily basis was incredible. And having Michael still working and teaching him is an incredible experience. But her being on the other side of the country and only seeing her a couple times a year, it's hard. It is real hard. And I've really enjoyed spending the time that I have helping her move and setting up her apartment and stuff. And I've got to figure out a way financially to be able to come out and visit her more. I said before in videos that when she originally said to me, "Dad, I'm moving to California," I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure you are. How are you going to support yourself?" To me, it's still incredible. So yeah, that's going to be difficult. But anyway, back to the Power of Four. There's like 50 of you people that have gone through and donated, and shout out to everybody. I don't know how the signal is in here. Let me know if it's decent or not, because We don't have the Wi-Fi hooked up in our apartment yet, which is one of the reasons why I haven't live streamed too much. And it takes forever to upload videos. Oh, there he is. Oh my God. Okay, this dog. This dog is like this big and is the loudest dog that you've ever heard. He's up a couple of balconies above my daughter's place, and he is so loud. He gets all the other dogs going and everything else. And it's like this little teeny dog is like, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. Oh, hang on. Let me see. Reconnecting. Let's see if that's better. Switch the Wi-Fi that's up here on the roof. I know I'm still ugly, so that's not the camera. That's just me. Oh, Ewing Irrigation and Landscape Supply Company. No, I can't say. No, better. Okay, so I'm on the Wi-Fi. I was actually on the regular cell signal. But I tell you what, I'm going to move the camera over here because there's a little overhang over here. I can't believe it's raining in Southern California. They tell me it never rains in Southern California. They lied to me. All right, so we got some corn we're cooking. And then I'm going to take a little olive here. I'm going to grill some pineapple to go with the corn. Pineapple slices. That's so Californian. I can't believe it's raining. It must be Carol's fault. Damn it, Carol. Brown sugar. Actually, my daughter, I think, said it's coconut sugar. This is just like home. I'm grilling out in the elements. Rain, sleet, or snow. Take a look at this. Well, look. It's raining down here. Here we go. Some pineapple. We got some big old burgers to go with it. Yeah, it's raining up here, and it's raining in L.A. Go figure. Dinner's ready. Oh, man. Sal, why didn't you call me and tell me I could come over for dinner? Don't see any kinds of trees in California. Trees of Virginia. No, we don't have any of those. No, there's lots of palm trees. There's a couple of palm trees in the courtyard downstairs. Let's put the pineapple over, get some sugar on the other side. We want our pineapple extra sweet. If I'm going to cheat on keto. So, I've enjoyed being out here. I enjoy being in West Virginia. In Western Maryland at Deep Creek. But I honestly miss being at my man cave and at home. It's harder to keep up with everything when you're on the road. And that's essentially what we are. I'm on the road. It's hard to keep up with everything like I normally do at home because I'm used to everything that's set up at home. I brought all my equipment to live stream, and I thought about coming out here and live streaming on the deck here this evening, but it's raining, so I don't want to pull all that stuff out and then get it all wet. But the thing I do feel good about being out here is, one, my daughter knows how to take care of herself, and she's done a great job of doing that. But this building is very well secured. They have you got to have a pass key, and you got to have like a little electronic device to even use the elevator and stuff. And it's really cool. She's got a smaller apartment, but they have all of these like great spaces like this. There's 4 of these spaces like this on the roof, And then they have like an indoor like sky lounge that's got air conditioning and big screen TV. Look, they've got an outdoor TV out here. I mean, this is crazy. So she'll be able to keep doing her thing, and I'll just have to be a proud parent from afar. Burgers. What's for dinner? And what I'm trying to teach her is, because everything is so expensive out here, is you can actually eat better food, healthier food, tastier food by cooking yourself. You know, it's nice to go to one of those trendy restaurants and stuff like that, but we went and had breakfast yesterday, and I had corned beef hash. It was soupy. And then they had scrambled eggs on top of it with hollandaise sauce. No, that's hamburger. Oh, no, Joseph, no. See, Joseph, if you had my corned beef hash, dude, you'd be like, man, this is some good stuff. Oh, my God. Get it nice and crispy there. Ooh, boy, kind of crispy like a hash brown. She had bacon and egg tacos. And it was like $35 before the tip. I'm like, damn. It's like, do you know what? I could have fed you for 35. We could have had like a couple of lobster tails, you know, and eggs for breakfast, and had Subway money on top of it. Make your well, my buffalo wings are crispy. They're deep fried. Actually, I will actually bread them, deep fry them, and then I put the sauce on them. So sometimes I'll do both. Some people don't like the hot sauce and stuff, so that way I have it. Always a lady. Hey, Mike. Always great, Mike. You talking to me, or are you talking to somebody else in here? Well, it's nice to see you guys. But everybody who donated to the Dak Prescott Stand Up for Cancer, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Monday night we'll do the drawing. I want to go through the list and make sure that I've got everybody on there who donated, because I think it's about 50 people. I didn't think, I thought, well, heck, you guys will have great odds. I figured maybe about 5 or 10 people will donate, because this is what's crazy. I told you guys about the Super Bowl contest or the draft contest. I know about one contest for the Super Bowl. This was so crazy. Hey, it looks like I've got a crown on my head. Doesn't it look like I've got a crown? I'm royalty. I'm the king of LA. Okay. What's the latest on D-Law's extension? There's nothing on D-Hall's extension. I know of a Super Bowl contest that went on a few years ago, and I kept telling people, listen, enter. I'm like, please, enter. Just enter it. Because I know, when you guys see these contests on TV, most people say, nobody ever wins. I've got no chance. There was a Super Bowl contest that I knew about, and I kept telling people to enter. Nobody listened to me. There was 2 prizes, 2 trips to the Super Bowl. 3 people entered. Let me say it again. There was a Super Bowl contest with 3 people who entered to win 2 trips to the Super Bowl. So when you see those contests out there, like the draft and everything else and all that, and even the NFL, they had where you were sending in the videos and things for winning a trip. They gave away 50 trips the first year they did it. 50 trips to the Super Bowl. They only had 750 people enter it. You guys will spend a boatload of money to buy a ticket for a lottery that you've got best chances you have are in the millions. So I'm proud to say that, knowing that there's a Super Bowl contest and only 3 people entered, that I'm doing a contest for Dak Prescott autographed shirt for charity, and we got over 50 people entered it. So I guess we did pretty good. So I'm excited about giving that away. Shout out to everybody, and make sure I'll go through and I'll do another video. I'll read off the names as best I can. Um, I would say I'd have a view if we were on the other side. Um, the problem is we have not seen the sun in forever. See, over here, actually, this is what's crazy about California, is this is the first time that I've been here. The mountains over here are green. You're not used to seeing green. The sunset is actually right over there, and there's the Hollywood sign. I don't know if this will. Let's see. Let's see if that'll focus. Focus. There we go. There's the Hollywood sign way out there, up on the hill. So let me try and see if I can focus it. There it is, Hollywood. So that's over there, and I'm over here. So we have yet to really see the sun. When I came in, and this is a crazy thing, rain just seems to follow me. I wanted to catch the sunrise because I've been waking up before the sun comes up, but every morning it's been like this, cloudy. So let's check our food here. Check this out. Look at this. Bam. Pineapple. Getting our burgers and stuff cooked. This thing does not get as hot as I would like. I think they've got some kind of a governor system to keep it from getting too hot so nobody burns down the place. But we're going to have a baked potato. We're going to have the grilled pineapple. We're going to have the corn on the cob. We're going to have some burgers. And like I was saying, that like when I do those shrimp bowls at home, those things are incredible. And I can make that for less than what I can from Chipotle. And I can make sure that they are really, really fresh food wise. Or even getting the ribeye steaks. Oh man. I cook a steak for a hell of a lot better than, I mean, you go to Sizzler and get a steak and it's not really a good steak. But for a lot less money than what you're eating out with, you don't mind spending the time, it's worth it. And if you got a view like this to come out here and cook, well, preferably not in the rain like I'm doing, it behooves you to do it. So let me look at some of the comments here. It's been a well, she does cook. She does cook. She ends up calling me and say, "Dad, how do I go ahead and do like a whole roast or a pot roast, or what do I put in my chili and things like that?" So, oh, I'm doing great. I've been busy spending time with my daughter. It's been a lot of work, a lot of walking. That's one thing out here in Cali. There's a lot of walking you will do. But it's been great to be there. It's actually a church. It's like a cathedral style church. But actually, I kind of like it. It's because it's my crown. I am the king of YouTube bloggers. Just kidding. Oh yes, chili. Oh yeah, I love chili. I'll do all different kinds of chili, from like a cowboy chili where you're actually using like baked beans in it. It's kind of sweet and stuff, and with a little bit of coffee in it. Or I'll do like a really spicy, 3-bean one. Or I'll just do a nice meat one, and I'll use sausage and stuff in there. How do you replace the lost talents if you lose them? You're not going to lose them. You may have them pissed off, but you're not going to lose them. And here's the thing. I talked about this earlier today. Here's an interesting thing. I went through and I looked at all of the premier players. When you have guys, you say, like, everybody says, man, you've got to have Antonio Brown. He's the best receiver in football. Or Julio Jones. You got to have these guys. Or before it used to be like Megatron. You got to have a Megatron. All of these great wide receivers and stuff and things. But take a look and see how many of them have won Super Bowls. I'll wait. Because the problem with having the best guy, and I'm not saying that you don't want to have the best guy, but when you have the best guy and he sucks up all that money, because you can go down through the top 25 paid players in the NFL, The only two I remember on the list were Big Ben and Tom Brady with rings. And the thing about the New England Patriots that you have to hate, it reminds me of the Boston Celtics back in the 80s. They had, basically it was the Lakers and it was Boston. And the Boston Celtics were in the lottery and they drafted Len Bias, who ended up dying, overdosing on cancer. But Len Bias would have been Michael Jordan, but better. The guy was literally that good. It was like the rich are getting richer. So here it is, the New England Patriots, who keep going to Super Bowls year after year. William, do you have a friend that has Facebook? Go to him and say, here's $10. Go ahead and can you make a donation for it? Here's the thing that sucks for everybody else in the NFL. The New England Patriots have found out. I'll text you, honey, when I'm done, and you come get me. My daughter's like, I ain't coming up in the rain. Why don't you just cook dinner, Dad? The New England Patriots, who just won another Super Bowl, and last year they were in it and lost, they have 12 draft picks this year, the most in the NFL. Yeah, Ray, he died from crack. He got selected by the Celtics, partied it up. I couldn't believe it when it was there. What's new today? There's not really a whole lot new today. I mean, we haven't signed any other players. There's Gerald McCoy out there who Tampa Bay wants to get that contract. Gerald McCoy is one of those high-priced players that they look back and say, we paid too much, and they're trying to get rid of him. And that might be a guy he's made, listen, Gerald McCoy, he's made $114 million in his career. He's 31 years of age. That might be a guy who his thoughts are, I'd like to get a ring. I've got enough money, because the reality is what will an extra $10 million do for him at this point? Let's take a look here. What we got here? Ooh. I really wish I were staying longer so I could really do some work out here. Well, here's the thing too, though. Everybody always says, "Oh, well, trade D-Law for a first and a third." You don't get as much as you may think. I don't know that you get a first and a third, or even a first. It might only be a second. Some people might look and say, you know what, it's the Dallas Cowboys. Well, the thing about Garrett, okay, well, here's the thing. I'll say this much. Yeah, I never got my tacos. I know. I was thinking about trying to go to Danny Trevo's Tacos. No, here's the thing. There are a lot of racist people in the world. Believe me. I understand. Believe me. There's racists all over the place. There's racists because I'm a light-skinned black person. I got darker-skinned black people that say I'm a wannabe. In fact, growing up, for me, I lived through racism both ways. Okay. Because I was light-skinned and I was first class to actually be integrated in school. The black kids were like, you're light, bright, and damn near white. You're a wannabe. They didn't play with me. The white kids were, excuse my language, you're a nigger. Get the hell away from me. So I was just neutral. I didn't have friends growing up because I didn't fit in. And there's a lot of people that smile in your face that say, I hate that black such and such. And it's also the other way too, where people say that cracker. So unfortunately, we judge people by the color of their skin as opposed to what's in their heart. What I try and do is judge that person by their own merits and characters and their own flaws. Because I had an awakening in my life, because the reason Jobu Sports Report actually got the Benet Emmer show is a good friend of mine, Brian, in Dallas. Brian was in a Facebook trash talking group and stuff, and if you looked up picture of Redneck, you probably see Brian's picture on there. Brian, you see him, you say, oh, that's a redneck. But Brian was one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. He picked me up because I was flying out here to my daughter's, and I had like a 4 hour layover here in Dallas. He said, man, I'm going to pick you up. We're going to go do the tour of the star. And we recreated the scene from It's Very Bad to Steal Jobu's Rum in Tony Romo's locker. So that was 2014. And treated me real well. But I'll be honest with you. When I got into the car, I sent a picture of Brian to my wife with a message that said, if I don't come back, these are the last people I'm with, because I was scared. I'm like, for all I know, he might be taking me to a Klan rally. But he introduced me to Ben Emery, and this is before I started doing a lot of YouTube. And Benet was like, yo, dog, I want you to be my sports reporter. And I'm like, I don't know nothing about sports. So, judge people not by the color of the skin, but by actually meeting. Take a moment, stop, and talk to people. And I've been in some situations where I felt uncomfortable. Yeah, you used to see it when it's not like clear out with not all the clouds because there's mountains back there. Southern California Dallas Cowboy fan club. My man took me to a bar. He said it was in Viva Loca, maybe? No. What was the movie he was in? La Bamba. It was in the movie La Bamba. And when I went into that place, there were a lot of stares at me like, what the hell is this dude doing in here? And I'm walking in and I feel really uncomfortable. So you know what I did? I walked in. I set Jobu right in the middle of the floor. Started taking some pictures. Everybody in the bar stopped. It's like mid-drink. And they turned. And from that point on, everybody wanted to talk to me. By the end of the night, Jobu was on the stage with the band with a Confederate flag behind him. So we all just need to stop for a minute, talk to each other, and get to know each other. And maybe this thing that people call racism would die. But what the problem is for David Irving is, at this point, he realizes, I've lost something that I maybe shouldn't have. And instead of accepting responsibility, instead of saying, you know what, I went on Instagram Live smoking a big ass blunt saying I'm retiring. Instead of saying that was stupid, I made a mistake, he's looking to blame everybody else. If the Cowboys are racist and trying to do something against him, why would they allow him time instead of cutting him to try and work out all his problems? Because he had problems for a year now. It was this time last year that we kept hearing about, the Instagram stuff for this baby mama drama and all that stuff, and being suspended a couple times for for PEDs and then for weed. The team bent over backwards to try and help him out. So you can't look at them and say that they treated him poorly and that they were racist. I'm sorry, I just don't see that one. Now, that's not to say that Jason Garrett might not, but they did have, at least what I'll say, a great experience, because they went through the African American Museum and got an education. And Jason Garrett famously said, did we really do all that? Yeah, we did. Our history is our history. So, well, if you want, you know what, I tell you what, I don't want people to, if you want to get one, the Power 4 shirt, I wish I could swing by Tamira, see Joseph, but I gotta get back to work. But I am gonna see Joseph at some point. Had a thought here. Whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. Oh, okay. No, I'm not in Compton. The Dak Prescott church. I have a Teespring site. It's Cowboy Jobu store on Teespring, and the shirts are on there. If you want to get one, there's a code, capital POWER 4, all together. That'll give you 20% off on that. As in 6th Super Bowl. You know I'm ready for that 6th Super Bowl. DJ Mark, okay. Yeah, that's right. Them boys got it. Power 4. So that'll give you 20% off on the shirts and stuff. And the money that's made off of it, I put it back into the channel and stuff. So I appreciate that. What's up, Cowboys Nation? Kind of a lull in the storm here. We've got the visits. We've had safeties in here, lots of safeties. We've had defensive linemen. We've had linebackers. We've had tight ends. We've had running backs. We've had wide receivers. We've had everything but quarterbacks in here. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate that, man, getting that shirt. So, let's take a look here. Try to make y'all a little hungry. Look at that pineapple. Ooh, nice. What happens when you grill pineapple is it basically takes the sugars in there and it really coagulates it or intensifies it, makes it really, really good, especially the brown sugar. And it's noise. Oh man, you're speaking my language here when you talk about the days of Russell Maryland, Tony Casillas, and Charles Haley. Those were the good old days of the Dallas Cowboys. But I tell you what, if we can get DeMarcus Lawrence healthy and have him happy and focused in with Robert Quinn, with Tyrone Crawford, and those guys, I think you're going to see a pass rush that will be similar to like what we used to have there. When do we? Well, the reality is unless they're looking at trying to sign somebody else free agent wise, they don't necessarily have to be in a rush to get them done. And I think the Cowboys are thinking long and hard about signing him because, like I'm saying, what was that? What's up, Gavin? What's up with? Well, that's the NFL for you. When you have a good team and you're playing well, they're always going to raise the prices on you. I mean, that's a known fact. It could be like the Washington Redskins that raise their prices every year for a dumpy ass stadium, but at least they cut the prices on preseason. So, but here's what you can do. Listen, I'm telling you this right now. Cowboys experience. Cowboys experience. My man Barry runs Cowboys experience. You can pre-buy packages where you can pay monthly on them and you can buy them at today's prices before the new prices come out. So if there's a game that you're really interested in, contact them because they can do and I'm telling you, the stuff that they're going to be doing, that we're going to be doing, we're going to be having a Jobu at FedEx Field even. FedEx. We're going to have a Jobu tailgate. Now, you guys see my tailgates before, but they're sponsoring me for that, and it's going to be off the chain. I need to take this food off, and I also need to text my daughter and let her know, because it's security here. Security! They won't let you can't get anywhere without a key fob. My daughter doesn't do dairy, so I got to make sure no cheese on hers. We don't get any cheese on her burgers. And look at that pineapple. Look at that pineapple. Ooh, boy. I tell you what. This is nice living out here. To know that they've got people that come through and clean this place up. All right, so we got corn on the. Let me open up one of these. See how they Hopefully I cooked them long enough. Corn, look at that, corn on the cob. I've got cilantro on that, butter, olive oil, crushed red pepper, and a little olive oil. Those are going to be so good. Um, well, yeah. You know what? Anytime I got a grill, I feel at home. So let me kill this real quick and tell my daughter to come up and get me. And we're going to go downstairs and get the baked potatoes done and have